Greetings. The Fifth Commandment is a big one, a lifelong requirement, and human civilization depends on this one as much as any other of these guides to the good and godly life. Please note, the word obey doesn't appear anywhere in this commandment. This is the Practicing Christian, and our report this week is on Commandment 5. This commandment is the only one of the 10 that specifies a concrete reward for having followed it. We'll get to that later. Here's the commandment itself. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God gives you. I could almost wish that this commandment might only be taught to people who are over 40. Period. Instead, we teach it to kids, often wrongly, telling them that this means you have to obey your parents and do what they tell you. Honor does not mean obey. A good example of honoring your parents is to see that they have a decent place to live as they grow old, and good food and medical care, and that you help them keep in touch with the friends they made over the years. Children can and should pay attention to their parents. This can also mean that they say no to them if their parents ask them to lie or steal for them. Or at least say, no thank you, as I said to my father the many times he asked me to go fishing with him rather than to Sunday worship. Good parents, though, can and usually do help us to grow to be good men and women, and we honor them for that. Do you see the difference? Parents can show us how to replicate and improve on the Christian civilization into which we were born. When they fulfill these goals, we should honor them. That's not just while we're young. Parents teach us as long as we and they are together in this world. Sometimes the commandment doesn't deal with something that is to take place if they, through weakness, perversion, or an untimely death, don't get to honor their own calling and fail to bring you up in good manhood. Where's the commandment there? Well, God can still gift you with the skills and devotion to be a good father. His Spirit will guide and strengthen you if only you ask. And the children you rear will be a blessing to all. Now, about that promise. Some researchers believe that this means that when you learn what your parents are teaching you, you develop skills for work, family, governance, and so forth, which can and will serve you well in the adult world into which you're going. Some others see in this promise a warning that if you stray dangerously away from what your parents are training you in, the community itself can remove you from their community, and sometimes permanently. Our world's common practice of indifference to both renewal and to worship becomes clear with each generation of Christians. Here's another way to view this. In the Genesis story of creation, what did God do on the seventh day? He rested. So his own renewal and deep focus on his first principles, his works, and his love for humanity gives us something of a model for our own renewal and worship. How we respond to the guidance we may receive from our parents is a good indicator of how well we shall take advantage of God's direction and promise to us, and how well we shall do that renewal ourselves. Serve then Be the king's right arm.